What's up, saxophone guys, gals, and non-binary pals? Today I'm reviewing the fantastic Nux B-6 wireless saxophone microphone. Full disclosure, Nux did send me this product for free to review, but no money exchanged hands, and these are my unbiased, honest opinions. Here's the receiver, which you just turn on by pressing a button. And this is the transmitter that goes on the instrument. Same thing, just hold down the button. As soon as those lights turn green, you are good to go. Then you just attach the microphone itself to the transmitter. And it's got a very well built mounting clip that I had no issues with, felt very secure the entire time. I'll talk through the features and specs, why I really do like this microphone, and then I'll do a little side-by-side comparison with the SM57, which is exactly the mic you would typically find on stage for saxophone, and then a condenser mic similar to what you would typically use in the studio. So wireless sax mics in general are great because they allow you to move around on stage. And even if you're someone who tends to stand still while performing, not having to think about the distance between your instrument and the microphone is really great because it will result in a more consistent and even level throughout your performance. You know, saxophone players, we love to sort of close our eyes and zone out when we're improvising. And I've even seen professional musicians get totally off axis from the microphone because they're just going to outer space, you know. And if you're playing in a small jazz club, it doesn't really change the effect of the live sound, but let's say you're recording the show through that mic, it's gonna be unusable. And so you really wanna make sure, and so the benefit of a mic clipped on is that it is always gonna be exactly where you want it. The only downside of a wireless mic is that it's very close to the bell. I know a lot of professional saxophonists who like to keep the mic one or 2 feet away from the instrument when they're recording. But that's not always feasible in a live situation when you have to worry about feedback and other instruments on stage. Before the popularity of these types of mics, which use the same radio frequency spectrum that Wi-Fi uses, you would have typically had to go for an expensive clip-on microphone as well as the wireless transmitter and receiver to use with it. So for example, the industry standard for this, I would say, would be the DPA 4099, which is about a $600 microphone, plus the wireless system, which could run anywhere from $400 to $700. This would give you extremely robust industry standard performance, but it's going to cost about $1,200. That's a lot of reeds. So how does a sub $250 all-in-one wireless microphone compare? Well, the Nux B6 can definitely hold its own. From the incredible battery life, convenient charging case, and surprisingly great audio quality, I was actually pretty blown away by this product for what it costs. After a bit of testing at home, I did use this in a live performance in a jazz quartet setting, and I had 0 dropouts. The audio quality was great. I ended up mixing that recording. There were 0 dropouts, the audio quality was great, and I ended up actually using the board mix with all the instruments to make some videos. As you can see, this does not sound like a cheap microphone. If there's any issue, it's the key noise of the body vibrating through the mount. And I think it would actually help a lot to just put a little bit of felt between the clip and the body of the instrument. I'll have to do further testing with that. One caveat about Wi-Fi microphones that you should be aware of is that you can use, I believe, 6 of these, at least from the same system, in one place before they start to interfere with each other, which for a typical band, even a wedding band with maybe 3-4 horns, should not be a problem. Like I said, I had 0 dropouts using this in a live performance in a medium-sized venue that held about 50 people. The only time you'd be really likely to run into interference would be if there was a ton of Wi-Fi equipment like routers nearby. I would also recommend, when you plug the receiver in, you can plug it straight into a mixing board. But if the mixing board is right next to other computer equipment, like a router, you might want to run a cable out of the mixing board and plug the receiver into a cable just to get it away from that a little bit. I think this is a really great mic. I don't think you can beat it for the money. I think you'd have to spend at least $400 or $500 to get anywhere close to this between a microphone and a wireless transmitter and receiver system, and it's not going to be as convenient. The fact that it charges basically like AirPods and has a indicator on there, I don't think I've ever charged this. I've used it a handful of times and it's still on 3 out of 4 battery for the case, which charges the receiver and the transmitter in here through little metal contact points. So yeah, incredibly convenient. You can just keep this in your case. It doesn't weigh much, and it's just a great product overall. And the fact that that's basically for the price of 2 of these, SM57, which everyone should have. If you have any interest in recording anything at all, this can always do the job. But the fact that this thing is wireless and has a frequency response specifically tuned for soprano, alto, and tenor that you can adjust through with a little button, I don't think you can beat that value. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about this microphone, or if you have any other questions about audio, saxophone related stuff. That's my area of expertise, and I will help you in any way that I can. Please do like this video, it really helps my channel grow, and subscribe if you're interested in more saxophone, music theory, or audio content.